Hi, my name's Evan and I've got my honest review of the Akai MPK Mini here. This is a phenomenal miniature MIDI controller, especially for people that like to do pad stuff but also want to have the option of playing keys. This is the all black version, but there are lots of other versions that are all the same. It's just the color choice. I actually wouldn't recommend the all black version because it can make it hard to see what key you're playing in the dark, so I regret getting that. I'm going to unplug this though because, you see it lights up, it's great, but the cable is too short for where my camera is. So I want to be able to talk about this a little clearer. So along the bottom, you have 32 mini keys. They feel a little cheap, to be honest. They are not the best. They're plasticky. The action is pretty hard, but the size is right. You can really easily, it makes you feel like a master piano player, like Rachmaninoff or somebody with how many notes you can hit. But you definitely feel the spring under them. Then on the top, you've got 8 pads, and these are actually phenomenal pads. These are some of the nicest pads I've played. They're like up there with a Native Instruments machine or something. They feel really good. They're large, and you can get to what you want. Then you have a set of 8 knobs here. Oops, wrong direction. Silver. They're pretty cheap plastic. They definitely don't feel high quality, but I do like that they have the marker on them so you know how far you are on the scroll from left to right. Some other keyboards will just have an infinite scroll, and that kind of makes it harder to tell where you are in the process of the build-up. You've got some additional controls like controlling the bank, program change. You've got an arpeggiator control over here, and you've sort of got a joystick, which you can use for modulations and other things like that. It's really lightweight. You can play it with one hand. Easy, you can portably take this to your friend's house if you want to go jam and make some music, or take it to the park and just plug. It's powered by your laptop, so you can just plug it in and bada boom, bada bing. The included software is great. You've got Air 3. You've got all sorts of other really nice instruments to get started with and using. And there's a sustain pedal out here, which is also great. There is no headphone jack or anything like that, so it's pretty straightforward. You would use your computer for that. This, in case you're confused and new to things, this doesn't generate any sounds inside of it. It just lets you control sounds that are on your computer or being generated by another synthesizer. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. You will need some other way of making sounds, which will be controlled by this. If you're into creating beats, though, especially in an MPK or an MPC style fashion with pads, mostly chopping samples, banging in drum beats, and then occasionally want to drop in a melody or a bass line, this is the beginner and portable keyboard for you. You're not going to find a better option out there. As you begin to upgrade your studio, you may find, though, that you want more keys along the bottom. You may want a 49 or a 61 or even an 88 key keyboard, because you can't really do advanced chord voicings or simultaneously play a bass part, and a melody, or chords and a melody, or however you might be playing it. You may also find that you want more than 8 pads. You might want 16 pads, like on a full-on MPC. So this is, both a great stepping stone and I think a great option for live people, because if you just want something you can throw in your backpack with your laptop and go meet up with some people, you'll love this. Or if you're a DJ, and you're playing your set and you might just have a few things you want to trigger or play in the meantime, this is great. So hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks so much.